What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the e.l.f. Make Me Matte setting. Well, it's a mix-in medium to similar to the Urban Decay Velvetizer. It's supposed to be a dupe for that. So if you want to see how this worked out for me, keep watching and see. Smooches. Bye. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, what's up? I'm Jen. Glad you could join me. And if you're a returning viewer, what's up? What's good? Where you been? How you been? Glad you made it back. Today's video, we're going to be reviewing the e.l.f. Make Me Matte Foundation Adjuster and Setting Powder. What I'm thinking this is supposed to be similar to the Urban Decay Velvetizer, which was a mix-in medium basically to thicken up your foundation, and it was a very finely milled powder that you could also use as a setting powder. Now, if you recall, I did have this and I ended up returning that powder because it was a bit pricey. I don't remember the price, but I will link that all below as usual. Yeah, it was a bit pricey, and I didn't personally like it for what I had bought it for, and it wasn't worth the price for me to just have another I have other setting powders that I like, but this one is, I believe, $6 or $8 as well. So for the price, it's handy to have around, and hopefully it is a dupe for that, because I would have kept that powder if you know, just to have around for mixing in with foundations and stuff. But it was just too pricey just to keep around just in case. So that's why I ended up exchanging it. So if this is similar, this is more price friendly for me, something I wouldn't mind keeping around. So we are going to put it to the test today. Before we get started though on the review, I do want to say, if you are not already a subscriber, what's up? What are you waiting for? Jump in here and join the Jersey fam. You know, it's free to join. Click that button. I'm watching you. And make sure you hit that notification bell, because we all know that they don't always notify you when the things you're subscribed to post. So being that I post usually Monday, Thursday, Saturday, you definitely want to know, because sometimes I do change days and stuff like that. So, and of course, you know, make sure you give this a big thumbs up so that I know that you're enjoying these videos. It does help me out greatly. So let's jump right into this. I have already done some of my face. I am going to do some priming and some other jazz, and I will be right back so we can use the powder after my primer. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I primed with my e.l.f. Prep and Blur Stick, which this is the mattifying primer stick, real quick. And now I usually take this brush. It's the It Cosmetics and Ulta collab, and this is just a foundation brush, I believe. I love this brush for putting powders on and stuff. It really packs it in nicely. Anyway, so let's read the back of the box. Directions: to use as a foundation mix-in powder, turn inner dial to reveal, sorry, I got fuzz stuck to my nose. Use it to reveal large opening. Using the included scoop, dispense a pearl-sized amount and mix with your favorite e.l.f. foundation. Apply foundation as usual. To use as a setting powder, turn inner dial to reveal sifter and cover large opening. Pour powder into cap and use your favorite e.l.f. powder brush to set foundation. When not in use, move dial to cover opening. And it says, this multi-use ultra-fine powder gives you the power to transform any foundation into a more mattified, full coverage formula and set your makeup to a velvet matte finish. Use this foundation powder as a mix-in booster to instantly transform any foundation into a creamy, long-wearing matte coverage formula. The velvety smooth powder may also be used to set makeup and imparts an airbrushed look to the skin. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to use this to before my foundation first, like I normally would. Normally I use their Perfect Finish HD powder, as you can see. It's just a translucent powder, and that's what I usually use after my primer. Okay, so we open it up. This is what it looks like. I love that they have on, you know, it says pour powder here. And here's the little scoop that it comes with. So you take a little scoop with this. And so one side is the sifted side, the other side is the pourer side. And we gotta remove this little peel. If I can find the little thing on it to lift it. There we go. Alright, so got that off. Oh, okay, I see what it's talking about. There is a little hold, you know, the sifter here, and then there's a hole here for scooping or pouring. And when not in use, you just turn this dial on top to cover those holes, like so, which is pretty nifty. Okay, so I'm going to pour a little into the cap. And I want to touch it to see what it feels like. It is incredibly fine milled, very soft. Not bad. Alright, let's see. Yeah, very, very fine milled. And I like that. It sticks quite nicely because it's so fine milled. It like clings to the brush very well. It almost feels like flour, but gritty. So when I'm done doing this, I'm going to try putting it in with my foundation. Now, the last time I tried the Velvetizer by Urban Decay, I mixed it in with my Fenty foundation. So we're gonna try it again with that and see what it does. Alright. All that is done. So I'm going to do what it said. Take a pearl-sized scoop, which is basically so that's about it. I'm going to take that and put that in with the foundation and see what it do. Shake it up well. I am mixing this on my little mixing tray as always. See, it's on there. I'm just going to squirt this into it. I did 4 pumps, and my little spatula here, I'm going to mix it up. gonna add one more squirt just to be safe. I went with the Fenty because it is a little bit more runny than some of the other foundations that I have. So I thought it might work better with this one. Quite obviously it's getting everywhere as I'm mixing it, which is okay because I can just wipe it, scoop it up with my beauty blender. But alright, it's all mixed as good as it's gonna. Then I usually like to spray my beauty blender a little bit with dewy setting spray or that coconut dewy spray, just to help it stay, you know, cling or whatever. I don't know, I just like using the setting spray a little bit with it. Alright, let's get to work. It's crazy because as I'm putting it down, it's like drying a lot faster than normal. Does that make sense? I think because of the powder, it's just, you know, it's taking a lot of the moisture out of the foundation. I know too that because I put that powder down on my face as well, I'm sure that helped. That's helping it. It's kind of doing somewhat the same thing with the mix-in medium, but it's being applied on my face instead of into the foundation, if that makes sense. It's probably the same amount. Well, this is blending really nicely, and it does look a lot more matte. I won't know for sure until I'm all done. Blending it down the neck. Alright, so let's feel. It feels really nice on the skin, I have to say. I'm going to use it to set my face as well, but I gotta do my concealer and all of that first. But so far, I'll give it one thumbs up. I really like the way it worked with my foundation. It really made it, you know, you can always add more or less of the powder depending on what texture you want, but it really made it come out nice and matte and really quite pretty. Feels soft on the skin. I almost feel like you could get away with not setting it. But because we're doing all, you know, concealer and all of that, I'm going to have to. But yeah, so far 1 thumbs up. I really like this powder. So let me conceal and do all that jazz, and then we'll see how it looks once I use it to set. I'll be back. Okie dokie, so I have finished concealing. Now we're going to shake some of this powder into the lid and try setting our face with it. It really does look like flour coming out. Those small holes are kind of a bit of a pain shaking this stuff out, just a heads up. I will probably take the sifter out and just dip into the actual pot like I do with all of my others, but let's try it this way for now. Okay, as you can see, this is a very finely milled powder. You can't even really see it when I press it in. Not that that's bad, I'm just saying you can definitely tell. It like looks like dust flying up. Alright, so let's see. It really made my skin feel nice and soft. Yeah, overall I'm gonna say I give this powder 2 thumbs up. So yeah, that's definitely a winner in my eyes. Yeah, so I will link all the information below. I really liked this. And it worked well mixing it in. So, yeah, for the price difference, I believe this was $8 if I'm not mistaken. But of course everything will be listed below. But yeah, I believe it was $8. And I believe the Velvetizer was $40, maybe $50, but I will list all prices below. Yeah, and I do think it's definitely a dupe. If not, it may be even a little better. Because I did have a little bit of issues with the powder mixing in with my foundation. It didn't mix in as nicely as this did. So, yeah, so that's it for today, guys. As far as that's concerned. I love you guys, and don't forget to hit all those buttons like I asked. Subscribe, notification bell, big thumbs up. Not much to do. I love you guys, and of course make sure you comment below. I love talking with you guys. Any questions or recommendations for reviews are greatly appreciated, and I just want to say thank you again for spending your time with me. It does mean a lot to me, and until the next one, smoochies. Bye.